You know, in the world of celebrities, there are many sort of mothers, aren't there, that they suddenly came out with being apparently not as good mothers as they could be. I suppose the most famous would be Joan Crawford. Of course, that's been disputed over many years, even though her daughter at the time, Christina Crawford, wrote that epic takedown in the autobiography Mommy Dearest. She wasn't alone though. Betty Davis's daughter then ploughed in with hers, as did Marlene Dietrich's, and of course Lana Turner with her daughter's book Detour. I mean, incredible when you think, and this is the problem that you have if apparently the children feel that you haven't treated them correctly. Is this now what's awaiting, of course, the former royal known and cable TV actress Meghan Markle? As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you, chums. Thank you so much for joining me today, and as ever, lovely to have your company. Oh yes, the bells are back. Nothing like the bells to wake you up though, is there? No, no. Do you still have an alarm clock? I'd love to know. We'll have a lovely wave, by the way. Do you have an alarm clock now? Would you still rely on the phone? I still prefer the wind-up ones. Yes, you know, because I know this is my fears, isn't it? But I think it's, you know, that what if there's a power cut, your phone doesn't go? What if, of course, the batteries run out on that little black digital one that you have? You can never just not beat, can you, the old-fashioned mechanics that never let you down. You know what I'm saying, chums? You know what I mean though, don't you? There's nothing wrong with having a clock where you check it, it keeps time and it winds up. Tell you who somebody, well, is very good at winding people up. Another tenuous link, as you can tell there, chums, is none other, of course, than the former royal cable TV actress Meghan Markle. All over the media this week, once again bemoaning about the fact that, goodness, you know, of all the problems in the world, she had to wear, pantyhose. You know, as I said, we don't call them that over here, we call them tights. Yes. I'll just leave it there, you know what I mean? But the thing is, was that really such a drama? As I pointed out, the Queen bent over backwards, you know, to try and accommodate this. But no, it's never enough, isn't it, for those sort of narcissistic sort of diggers. They always have to find a problem and make it your problem. Oh, it was traumatic. It wasn't authentic. There's nothing authentic about Meghan Markle. She's shilling just to try and get some money for anybody to watch this dire cooking show. But here's where this gets interesting, because Meghan has a big gob, right? And the problem that she has is that she can't keep it shut. But there is proof everywhere you go. And the problem that you have is when you say things, it's very easy to counteract that. Prince Harry found that when he was doing his book, Spare. I never went on a bike, cycle ride. Suddenly there's masses of pictures with him and his late mother and of course His Majesty the King, King Charles, all having cycle holidays and bike rides. You know, do they think these things don't exist? I mean, that's the weird thing, isn't it, about when people just want to tell open lies. Now, this latest absolute lie really goes around Archie and Lily, right? Now, if there were two children that was a mystery surrounding them, it's these two. And this has all been really placated by Meghan herself. You know, the sudden twerking video where apparently Lily was taking her time and they had a similar problem with Archie. But of course, the internet is full of all sorts of speculation regarding, well, you know what I'm talking about. And there lies your problem. Suddenly Meghan, who's now decided that being a mum is the best thing in the world, but seemingly can drop them at the drop of a hat to go halfway around the world for Invictus or whatever else she's doing to promote herself. Well, no, she always wanted to be a mum. She actually had the real diaper bag. Everything is literally contradictory. Now she's bemoaning the fact that when she was over here for the late Queen's state funeral, an historical event, and someone, in my opinion, that she owes her lifestyle to, and in fact one might suggest the rest of her life, well, it was difficult. It was the longest she'd been away from her children. She didn't know how she was going to cope. Oh, it was very traumatic. Again, tissue of lies. Here's the real story. The palace, understanding this, and this came from, of course, the newly king, King Charles, interceded and said, would you like us to organise a private flight back to the UK with the children, whether it be with your nanny of 5 years, or indeed would Doria like to bring them back over? That was all shut down. Completely shut down, raising, of course, more suspicion as to, well, why wouldn't you want to bring your children over? As she pointed out, it was almost 3 weeks. You get the picture. So moving forward, you have to say, and this is the problem again with Meghan, she knows that the royal family don't hit back, but there are many people, and I know them, who were working at that time and continue to work inside royal circles. They have the documentation, they have the email, they could have brought their children over. Again, it's a bit like Wellchild. We're supposed to believe that Harry's just batty about children, all the while keeping his own children away from an event that really would be a life-changing experience for them and a wonderful way of communicating and seeing exactly what their father allegedly is supposed to do in the world of charity. But as for Meghan Markle, Archie and Lily, and being away for so long, it didn't have to be like that. That was truly Meghan's choice. A real mommy dearest. You agree? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.